friends, my name is Annie Reiser and I would like to welcome you to another Lunchtime Tangle. I hope you had a wonderful holiday and are still enjoying the holiday season between Christmas and New Year. And today I'd like to do a tangle that kind of speaks to the season, and it's called Stella. Stella is by Jena Rogers, CZT. Here's my little tangle tag step out, so this is where we're going. And it's such a versatile tangle that you can do so many different things with, as you can see here. But I like the combination for the festive season of black and gold. So we're just going to do a simple one Stella with a bit of variation and decorations so that it's just stunning on its own. So what we're going to do is start with some circles, and we start with a center circle on our tile here. I'm using a black Zendala from Zen-Tangle, and you can use any black paper, cardstock, craft paper that you have, multimedia paper, and I'm using a jelly roll pen in gold. And we're going to start with just a center circle, about like that. And remember, this is jelly roll, and I can see that it's still very shiny here, and I have to be very careful not to smear the gold. And what we're going to do is we're going to place a set of dancing circles around the center, and there's going to be 8 in total. So to divide that up kind of nicely, I have actually used a compass here. I don't know if you can see that. I drew a line with a pencil here just to help me get my circles sort of even. So I am going to put one up here, and this helps me place them at a distance that's very equal. And then we're going to turn our tile and do the same thing, one up here, one below. So we're kind of making a cross, right? If you look at or an X. And then because we want 8, we're going to put one in between each of those spaces. So and then we're going to identify a pair of the outer dancing rings. So here's a pair, 1, 2. We're going to take that pair and we're going to connect it to the center circle with a V shape. So starting about in the middle between the two of them, I'm going to draw up and around this pair. We're going to find a new pair. This one's already done. Our next pair of circles would be to the right or to the left, whatever direction you like to draw. And then I'm going to find the approximate center between these two and draw up again with a bit of a curve and restate that circle. Here's our next set, or next pair. Same thing. And there's one left. It's easy when you get to the end, you know. That's got to be it. So if you have a look here, we have some circles going on that are on the inside and some that are on the outside of this V shape. By that I mean some of them are like this. So the circle is on the outside, and some of them now look like this as they make their meta pattern and meet up, where the circles are actually on the inside, right? So what we want to do now is identify those ones that are bending towards the inside, like here. So these two are on the inside. So we're going to start from this point, and we're going to I like to make a little dot out here for my dendrite, like a little stellar dendrite here. And I'm going to draw down to that circle like that. We're going to skip one. Basically, we're going to do the same thing. So we're looking for the pair where the circles are on the inside. I'm going to make a little dot out here so I know where to go. You can start from down here and drive along that circle, or you can start from the top and come down, which is ever easiest for you. I think I kind of like coming from the top down because I can see where I'm going. So already you can see how a little star is forming. So here again, we're on the inside, right? These are the inside circles. So now we've got this area here, and we're going to make another little shape that's kind of a leaf shape that we will put further down, not quite as far out as these long star-shaped points. We're going to make it about halfway between there and here. So I'm going to do like a spade shape or a leaf shape, coming back and drawing around that those circles. So we're going to start here. And of course, there's all variations. You can make these points even longer, all the way out to here. You can make these even smaller or even larger, whatever you want. I just kind of like it balanced like this. And there's our basic Stella. That's it. And now we're going to do some line work. I like making this almost into a leaf shape. So I'm going to do one large midrib to divide that in half. And then I'm going to just aura a few lines, 3 or 4, depending on how large your spade head is. And notice that I'm bowing my lines. I'm not making them straight. This is going to give our little shape dimension. And then I'm going to divide this shape in half as well. And what I think I'm going to do is play around a little bit with line weighting down here where these meet the center. Just do a little kind of triangle. And I am going to make a dot in the middle, just for interest, to make it kind of look lacy and open. And then I'm going to do something out here. I've been into these dots lately, like Aboriginal almost in their style. And what I'm going to do is make a larger dot in the center. And then I'm just going to make a set of like 8 dots around it to make sort of a flower, a beaded flower. And to kind of complement that, I'm going to do a set of fescues in this corner. So I'm going to make them kind of a V shape. So I'm going to come up and do a little fescue. And I'll just do that first over each corner. You know, snowflakes and stars, when you're drawing them, are kind of all about symmetry, right? But in nature, there are so many snowflakes that are not symmetrical because of the conditions that they experience as they float through the sky, depending on the temperature and the wind. So we're not going for perfect symmetry here, as nature doesn't either. Okay, there should be 8 pairs of these little fescues. And then just to loosen that up a little bit, I'm going to also put a dot in here. And you could continue to put those little extra dots around, but I think I like the simplicity of just the single dot there in the middle. Always turn your tile. And there is a pretty stellar, not stellar dendrite, but a stella. I'm not really going to shade per se, but I did try something out that I like the look of that makes this look a bit antique-y. And that is, let's make sure this is dry, going from the center, I'm using a brown ochre colored pencil from Polychromos, Faber Castell. And I'm just going to add a little bit of shading out from the center, just to give it kind of a antique-y look. And a little more interest than just the flat flake. And then I'm going to do a little bit down the center of each of these spades and some shading on the outside. Not a lot, just a hint of color. And there's so many other ways that you can finish this off. Obviously, you can put patterning in here. You can do a different pattern in the leaf shape or no pattern at all. You can elongate those points so that they're really, really more of a star-like look. I can show you some of the ones I've done in my sketchbook. Here I did some for the Denver Botanic Gardens Lunchtime-Tangle series, so I can show you. So what's fun with the Stella is doing a whole bunch of different ones and altering their size. So here you can see I have some really exaggerated long spikes, and I love this concept of overlap. So here it is kind of working in more of a traditional Zentangle tile. And then I have another here in the blues and grays with a little bit of a drop shadow. So these are just some ideas of how to finish these out. I like this shattuck in here. That's another pattern we're going to do soon. And then, of course, this is kind of fun with the Beetlejuice, which I had also done on my back of my Tangle Tag card. So anyway, there's a lot of fun things that you can do with Stella, and I hope you enjoy just relaxing, maybe making a whole page full of snowflakes, stars for ringing in the new year. And of course, don't forget to sign with your chop and then sign and date the back. So I'm back again because I wanted to show you that I had forgotten to put these little dots, these little kind of florets around my little leaves, my little spades. I had put them only on the star points, so I did go back and add those in because I think it makes it a little bit more open and lacy and decorative. And then of course I also did one right here in the center. I could see actually also doing something here, maybe just some little line work. Designing on the fly to kind of accent that shiny brightness of a star. Maybe making just a little dot at the end of each of those. Like a bursting firecracker. So there, I think I'm really done. But as you can see, there's so many possibilities and it's so much fun just to experiment and explore. Well, thanks for joining me. See you next time. That's it for today's Tangle. Thanks for joining me. If you like these lunchtime tutorials, please give them a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also invite you to check out my website for classes that I have scheduled or to purchase my Tangle tags for your favorite step outs. That's botangle.net. I'm leaving you with some other links too. Zentangle.com, where you can learn more about the Zentangle method from its founders, Rick Roberts and Maria Thomas. You can also visit their store there for a multitude of Zentangle paper tiles, tools, books, and kits. Tanglepatterns.com is that site I talk about where you can explore hundreds of Tangle patterns, read about them, and get the step out, which is basically the deconstruction of the pattern. And finally, if you'd like to share your beautiful results with me and my student community, please join Annie's Botangle Alumni Facebook page. We're a private group where we inspire each other with our work and offer tips and useful information about art and Zentangle.